Afternoon, everybody. Thank you, madam, for that introduction. For everybody here, this topic will be a little bit of, again, a repetition because I was mentee of Dr. Shovan Saha here. So there will be a little bit of similarity in our presentation, so please bear with us. Yeah.
Start the presentation.
Yeah. So at the outset, I would like to thank Team Empower for giving me this opportunity to share my work. I would like to thank the audience for being here and sparing their time to listen to me. I would like to thank my mentor to give me this exposure to a different platform altogether, my family and friends for their constant support. Next, please. As an entrepreneur, I take the responsibility of whatever I will be sharing here. All the views, observations will be based on my clinical work and practice at Mumbai. Okay. So, as Dr. Saha has been repeatedly saying that, the assistive device has to be in relation to the context of what it has to be used. So, a person's environment and his or her ability to interact in the said environment has a huge effect on the extent of the experience of the disability, right? So, New Motion, the startup which has been incubated at IITM, the way they have designed, different components, the Neo Fly, the Neo Scoot, and all those things, resulting into an outcome where the individual with disability can go onto the road, seek an employment, be independent, is an example of, using an assistive device in the given environment. So that in turn results into the successful outcome of that assistive device. Right? So as an occupational therapist, how do we deal into it? So there are two ways that either you modify the environment or you restore the ability of the individual. Okay, so we don't look at the disability or the deficits are existing. We would like to focus on the abilities that the individual is possessing through this day and how we can optimize it to bring about an improvement in his existing level of functionality. So we do that in areas of work, leisure, self-care. How do they function with their abilities in the given context by using remedial or compensatory approaches? Next, please. Okay. So I have practically divided low-tech assisted devices into two components. The left side images shows splints and the right side shows self-help devices, the SHD abbreviation here. So splints are 80 devices which influences the restoration of mobility and strength, which in turn will influence the function. Whereas self-help devices are 80 devices which will directly influence the function. Let us see how it works. Okay, on the right hand side is, you have been seeing through the SOR's presentation and yesterday's workshop that these are the devices that we designed based on individual need of one particular client. One device will not suit another client. For that matter, even the same device, same client may have need for a change in the same device. So these are customized. So these are different types of writing devices. These are different types of spoons that have been modified based on the client that have been reported to the clinic. And these are few examples of a tap turner, a soap holder, a modified brush, and a faucet which has been modified for an individual with hand transplant. Next, please. Okay. If you are comfortable, can I just stop from there because my full presentation is of video and I would like to operate it myself. Will that be okay with everybody? Yeah, thank you.
Next. Is the next.
Yeah. So this is an example of a split where we can see here the patient is with a head injury, traumatic brain injury, admitted in the neuro ICU. She's having a severe contracture of the tendo-Achilles thing. So there's a contracture at the ankle. There's severe tightness and spasticity present there. So when this patient regains consciousness and is going for a therapy and future, if there is a potential for us to train to walk, And if this contracture is allowed to set in or not treated at this moment, the patient will feel more handicapped with the contracture than the disease itself, the head injury itself. So it is very critical that we treat this contracture, rather prevent it, and if it is set in, to correct it, to limit the extent of it and not then the correct it. So we have given this bilateral TA corrective splint, and let us see how it has changed the range at the ankle. So here is the device that is going to influence the. So it is not directly bringing a change in the function, it is going to bring a change in the range, the muscle power, the voluntary control of the patient, which in turn will influence the functional activity of the individual. So in the first and the second video, we can see there is a very ease of movement. When the therapist in the first video, they are trying to change, assess the range of the ankle, so much of force is required. Whereas in the second video, we can see there is a lot of ease in handling of the, ankle. And this is after using the splint just for 15 minutes. If we can achieve this in 15 minutes, imagine if this is worn regularly over a longer period of time. So we can have this individual walk better when we train him in walking further. Same splint, an example, this is a child, this is a CP adult, 20-year-old adult. Yeah. So when she is walking, look at the difficulty in placing, the alternate lifting up of the leg. So the complaint with the caretaker was that she is growing, her weight is more, her personal hygiene is a problem, going to the washroom is a problem, and using diapers causing a lot of rashes, so many personal issues coming in the personal hygiene. So she was given this splint, as sir has been repeating, this patient had received this splint after 21 years of the problem. Okay. So after giving this splint, let us see what change it has made, while walking. The caretaker reported to us saying that I am able to take her to the washroom. So all these small little changes will bring about change in the quality of life of the client as well as the caretaker too. So because when we deal with individuals with difficulty, we have to understand the burnout that the caretaker also goes through. Okay, the left side of this image. Okay, the left top is an image of an electrocuted hand. This girl got electrocuted during rains, this thing. So one side was above elbow amputation and left was salvaged somehow, and there was tendon transfers done. But we can see the position of the thumb, it's completely out. Okay, so, but as a human evolution process, thumb is a very important element that we have grown up as humans as compared to the apes. This design has, many of my designs here have been done with the constant supervision, assistance of my mentor. Thank you, sir. So the thumb, so now here our goal is to bring the thumb in the functional position and then facilitate it over a period of time, changing the alignment and as and when required. So these are all examples of the splints. Next is the image of a girl, 21-year-old girl, who had a history of epilepsy. She was making tea one day and had an epilepsy episode. So while she was training the tea, she got this seizure and she fell unconscious and there was nobody at the home. As a result, she burnt her hand and there was auto amputation of the digits. Oh my God. Okay, so these were the splints that were designed. So these splints here will create a web space. We will work on the range. The splint on the top right is to bring about the, there was stiffness, rock solid hand, not a single movement, rock solid hand. So these were used to bring about a change in the range and muscle power. Let us see how it influenced indirectly her functional capability. So this girl, 21-year-old, she was so traumatized with this incident that her fingers were affected, but her arm, elbow, wrist were working functionally well enough. But she was in complete denial that I cannot use this hand. So it took a lot. I have to run. So it took a lot of counseling and understanding to make her use the hand. I'll just run through the videos as I've been given the intimation, but I have a last film to be shown. So how she uses it. Video GPS signal loss. She is able to use the rotis, use vessels. But her challenge, the most important thing what she reported to us was she was disowned from the family because she was not able to work in the kitchen. She was not able to cut vegetables, not able to make rotis. So she told something, if something can be done. So we were trying to see how this knife, how cutting can be done. So we can see here she was having a difficulty holding here, but here she is able to cut the knife. So this knife was modified for her, and later on she sends me this video from her home that she is able to cut it with ease at sitting. So this brings about an immense change in the confidence at the functional level of the individual. Again, this is a video where the client is having difficulty holding the brush. We have designed the modified brush from them. All these devices are customized, very relevant to that particular individual. Not able to drink water, the glass holder is designed so that she can drink by herself. So indirectly it boosts their confidence and increases the participation in the therapy, and as a result, a better outcome. So similarly, many devices. This is a story of an 80-year-old man. No problem as such, everything fine in life, but because of the aging, difficulty in signing. Checks were getting rejected from the bank. As a result, financial dependence on family member and insecurity. We made this device for him, modified the pen. 2 days later, daughter calls me, the check is passed. My father is happy. Small little changes help us to improve the quality of life. This is a compromised hand of an individual, young adult, road traffic accident, unable to use the hand functionally, but an avid cricket player. Okay. Again, we went through the whole process of assessment, trial and error, and see. Not able to hold the bat, but with the modification, look at the shot he's playing. 6. Right? So in summarizing it, these devices are customized. As Sir said, I'm learning a new word, ultra customization. Low tech, but when I was researching through series of articles, I found this word low tech and I was very fascinated with it, but I'm not sure whether to use it at the moment. I'll study more in detail. Affordable, friendly, no or minimal transfer training, and user friendly. But quote unquote, very important, they are game changer only when provided, when needed the most, when you have to shift them from dependence mode to either self-dependence or modified dependence. And they will be a game changer only when they can bring a change in mind and body and then, empower their functional abilities. So this is a small film that I had made for another conference. I would like your attention to it. So this is a movie made on a girl who had on individuals who had undergone bilateral hand transplant. Hand transplant is an upcoming scientific development. Audio. But after the transplant also there are many limitations, many challenges that they have to face to get back to their function. So let us see how these devices have brought change in their lives. They've been given self-help devices, counseling, family counseling, so much goes into it, but ultimately it brings about a change in quality of life.
Yeah, just let him come.
Can you fast forward it?
Maybe they can come and watch it later.
Last portion. This
Yeah.
is okay. Last 1 minute. This is last 1 minute. I really request you. What happened?
உள்ளேயே ப்ளே பண்ணு, அங்கேருந்தே பண்ணிடலாம்.
So basically now we are training her for dressing activity.
Volume curriculum.
Brushing, eating. Sorry, the video has been lost for it. But this is how we incorporate these safety devices and get them back to their functioning and activities of daily living.
Jump பண்ண போறீங்களா? Jump up.
Hair is on the face. How irritating it is if you can't take it back. So all these fine things we work on when they report to us with these problems. Opening the door, opening a drawer which is loaded, unloaded, managing the money. All these things are very, very critical when it comes to disability. So we deal with these things through these devices depending on the priorities that the clients present us with. Thank you very much. Thank you for your patience.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Yogita. Your passion, I can see, is your patience, which is lovely. On behalf of our committee, we're glad to give you a little token.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.